I always enjoy being at the hoop house. I feel like it's very grounding to be down there. If I'm having like a super busy day and I'm like kind of feeling a little anxious, and I go down to the hoop house and I start working, maybe start weeding or start working with the plants, or just get my hands in the dirt at all, like I just feel mellow and it definitely makes me feel a lot calmer. For my own mental health, just being in the hoop house has been a tremendous gift to me. The original kind of pandemic months, I was feeling like pretty discouraged with school, just like frustrated with online classes, feeling like I wasn't learning in the way that I had been expecting to learn or accustomed to learning. And so I had a meeting with my advisor, Amy Newday, and we talked about a class that she was teaching, Food and Farming Justice Pathways, and she said that it would be a class where I could get away from the Zoom meetings and the computer and being at home. So I was really intrigued by that. And before that, I really hadn't had any experience in the hoop house or around that kind of work, so I just kind of went into it like just looking to learn, and through that class I found like a real love for doing that kind of work and being in the hoop house. I also think my relationship with community, especially like community at College, has been healed a lot through working at the hoop house, and I've felt so much closer to other people, professors, other students, faculty, which I think is another big part of the reason why I love being down there, is because I feel like some of my best memories and best associations with like community at Kalamazoo College has been at the hoop house.
I think that food and farming justice is so tied to healing. I think at the beginning of this year I was really seeking more of a connection with food and with the earth and with nature and with my peers too, and that's what drew me to JFC specifically, because like this group does all of those things. But I think that tending to a plant or tending to the land is so important, because we have such a disconnect between the land and our everyday lives.
Really pretty. I think they look kind of, I mean, they're purple, so I say that they're higher.
Oftentimes when we're doing this work, we're not just like working and like being like robots or cogs or machines. Every time that I'm in a class or at an event, like there's a check-in or we do yoga, and we take a second to like care for ourselves, because like that comes first.
I think for me the intersection of healing and this work is this fundamental belief that we're here to take care of each other. I participate in a community because I feel like I have something to give to that community, and I feel like I get a lot out of being around those people, and in a lot of ways around those plants and animals and like food and all of those things. Like all of those are part of why that community is so beautiful. I think that the hands-on component, the healing component, the community component, and like the genuineness of all of that and the vulnerability of all of that is just priceless.
This work has done a lot to inform my worldview, I think, on not just, gardening is fun and it's a cool thing to do, but the structural inequalities and the fight for equality within food justice. Gardening is such an interdisciplinary practice, and so it hasn't belonged to one organization or one group for really in the history of this campus. So it's easy for it to kind of get pushed aside or pushed under the rug when there isn't a dedicated position to tending and to taking care of that garden space.
The Hoop House can't be that educational space without, somebody to take care of it and maintain it. Because if you can't learn in a space that's not functional, and so having, somebody there in the Hoop House every day maintaining it so that when people want to come in and learn, how to do food justice, how to do gardening, the space is ready for them.
I feel like that's the way to save the world, is to be able to take care of our and foster our relationship with plants. But on a more broad level, I think that a lot of what I've taken away from not only the courses that I've taken with Amy, but also my work with JFC, is just the importance of working with community and taking care of each other. And the work is just so genuinely selfless to plant something and feed people and like foster community through food.
To lose a space like the Hoop House, or to lose Amy New Day, or to lose food and farming justice as a pathways concept, whatever the language we're using is to lose this like inherently interpersonal and relationship built curriculum that you're not going to see in any other context.
There's a screwy thing on it. This one is like a sticky thing, and that's a screwy thing. I know what she's talking about.
There's a section in this doc I'm doing right now. It's all about logistics and hardships of the Hoop House, which I think
Do
is
not film me standing on it. Like, I'm serious.